mountains are our invaluable assets and resources. It is highly desirable to plant as many trees as possible, especially on barren hills and mountains, so that Yonggil district on the southeastern coast of Korea, an industrial area where mammoth industrial facilities, including the nation's largest Pohang steel mill, are scattered. Though it is an important area as the gateway to internet, once we resolved to make the area into green, we have made it green within a short period of time, and today the people say that we achieved a miracle in Yonggil district. The barren soil quality made wide area deserted, and this fact had long shown to visitors. Years of intensive development work to be undertaken with the will, technology, was an extensive survey and analysis on natural and geographical causes of devastation, and data obtained could aid adoption of effective engineering process and procedures for the erosion control project. As the topsoil deserted for a long, sometimes even the soil covering the roots was washed away when a torrential rain poured, creating a stream on the surface before it reached the area. Though hard it may seem, this layer in the Yonggil area, and then wind from the sea dried the small rock particles and carried them away under the ground, and their roots exposed to strong sunlight and wind, the soil surface became cracked and took the shape of that of a turtle back. No tree could possibly survive. On such deserted soil, even ants go astray. Such farmland damage was an obstacle to the industrial development. At last, in September 1973, a bold step was taken to create and dividing the whole area into 20 sections, a detailed erosion control project plan. The team first proceeded with a minute area survey, then followed the settlement of the deserted land area and the project area, and annual project plans retrained. Out of a total area of 4,538 hectares, 627 hectares 73, 1,299 hectares in 1974, 971 hectares in 1975, 719,828 million won was to be invested. Their own hands, no matter how hard the work would be. Because of the characteristics of soil strata, the use of heavy machinery or equipment would not play their role. Only human hand. The movement of soil and sand was protrusions by the aid of chisels and large hammers, and by leveling irregularly shaped earth mounds and the surface. Also, the basic grading work and the terracing work proceeded simultaneously to facilitate the growing. The workers had to depend on ropes. The technical supervisors took charge of not only the work itself, but also safety measures. Stones were stacked to form a wall at the foot of the portion with steep inclination, or the bottom of terracing. Different engineering processes were characteristics. Stones were also stacked at the hill with stones. In all, the workers carried a total of 2.3 million pieces of stone terraces where seeds for trees are to be sown. The work team discovered the layer of the topsoil was unusually thin, and the soil itself extra hard and wide so that rainwater could stay in them for a long time. After weathering, fertile soil was filled in to make the area suitable for growing trees and plants. Compost was produced produced by leaving the cut grass. Years, the total quantity of such mixture produced reached 2.1 million tons. For the sake of convenience, the mixture was produced near the erosion control project site. When planted, trees seem to grow quite well even in the shale straight to the project site. Peril often accompanied where the site was inclined abruptly or in areas. In such places, women joined in carrying compost to the site. They all seemed determined in building and the contour ditches. Indeed, tenacity, will, and cooperative spirit coupled for the area. Sods are being carried to the site to build striped sod holes and sod aqueducts. Now, the sodding work went on to protect the soil, seedlings, and seeds from being washed away. Work proceeded smoothly thanks to the adaptability test conducted at the planning adopted. Aqueducts were built to drain it, and where little water flows, ducts were built to pick up. In this Yongyil area also included the building of various structures such as water ducts, soil piling and bearing structures, etc. Vegetation grow. The fast-growing varieties used. After various structures were built and the basic works completed, tree planting started from the middle. In order to protect with damp sponge board at the bottom, seedlings were carefully transplanted in trees, acacia, alder, and pitch pine, which can adapt themselves to the climate and soil of. Supplementary soil, compost, and seeds were mixed. Now seeding began. Seeding usually proceeds after transplanting earth away. During the 5 years, some 101 tons of seeds, including some of the native varieties. Buds are coming up with hope for the future. The project. April 775, President Park Chung-hee inspected the Yongyil area, which was tail. And then the president encouraged the people concerned and instructed them to prepare compost needed for the project to build more head holes. Buds are growing as a promise for a It is the result of a will for making the barren into green. Various problems. The trees and grass grew well on fertile soil, but as time passed, please not to touch the covered with soil to keep it there for trees and vegetation. In some parts, trees stopped growing when additional compost was given promptly in such cases, and all the inhabitants joined in voluntarily in growing the trees. Drought was about to hit the area. Everyone in the project office participated. As the hills became green, even the heavy rain, the soil surface was covered with tree leaves, and the people knew that the nature was on their side now. Replaced it. Barren hill of yesterday, some trees grew even, and the whole area was a completely different place, similar to other project year advanced from the first to second and more. Drastic change in 5 years. The area our project covered in 1977 was 922 hectares. 219 hectares, and this is of 1975 when President Park Chung-hee visited 2 years after the work was finished. The area covered in 1974 was 1,299 hectares. 627 hectares completed in 19 and efforts of the people in the Yongyil area. The Yongyil district has thus, while the land changed into a green, beautiful area, the people industrialized water. The project is expected to further aid the industrial development in the area in the future. Taken successfully by the people in the area. The people of Korea are willing to work hard for their own communities and the country, for they want to pass on to future generations a better place to live and the green will.